The complete works of Swami Vivekananda, the Vedanta, lecture delivered by Swami Vivekananda at Lahore in 1897, Part 10. Thou art the woman, thou the man, thou art the boy, and the girl as well. Thou the old man supporting thyself on a stick, thou art all in the universe. That is the theme of Advaitism. A few words more. Herein lies, we find, the explanation of the essence of things. We have seen how here alone we can take a firm stand against all the onrush of logic and scientific knowledge. Here at last reason has a firm foundation, and at the same time, the Indian Vedantist does not curse the preceding steps. He looks back and he blesses them. And he knows that they were true, only wrongly perceived and wrongly stated. They were the same truth, only seen through the glass of Maya. Distorted it may be, yet truth and nothing but the truth. The same God whom the ignorant man saw outside nature, the same whom the little knowing man saw as interpenetrating the universe, and the same whom the sage realizes as his own self, as the whole universe itself, all are one and the same being. The same entity, seen from different standpoints, seen through different glasses of Maya, perceived by different minds, and all the difference was caused by that. Not only so, but one view must lead to another. What is the difference between science and common knowledge? Go out into the streets in the dark, and if something unusual is happening there, ask one of the passers-by what is the cause of it. If it is 10 to 1 that he will tell you it is a ghost causing the phenomenon. He is always going after the ghosts and the spirits outside, because it is the nature of ignorance to seek for causes outside of effects. If a stone falls, it has been thrown by a devil or a ghost, says the ignorant man. But the scientific man says it is the law of nature, the law of gravitation. So what is the fight between science and religion everywhere? Religions are encumbered with such a mass of explanations which come from outside. One angel is in charge of the sun, another of the moon, and so on ad infinitum. Every change is caused by a spirit. The one common point of agreement being that they are all outside the thing. Science means that the cause of a thing is sought out by the nature of the thing itself. As step by step science is progressing, it has taken the explanation of the natural phenomena out of the hands of the spirits and the angels. Because Advaitism has done likewise in spiritual matters, it is the most scientific religion. This universe has not been created by any extra cosmic God, nor is it the work of any outside genius. It is self-creating, self-dissolving, self-manifesting, one infinite existence, the Brahman. Tattvamasi Shvetaketu, thou art that, O Shvetaketu. Thus you see that this and this alone and none else can be the only scientific religion. And with all the prattle about science that is going on daily, at the present time in modern, half-educated India, with all the talk about rationalism and reason that I hear every day, I expect that whole sects of you will come over and dare to be Advaitists and dare to preach to the world in the words of Buddha, Bahujan Hitaya, Bahujan Sukhaya, for the good of many, for the happiness of many. If you do not, I take you for cowards. If you cannot get over your cowardice, if you fear, if your fear is your excuse, allow the same liberty to others. Do not try to break up the poor idol worshipper. Do not call him a devil. Do not go about preaching to every man that does not entirely agree with you. Know first that you are cowards yourself. And if society frightens you, if your own superstitions of the past frighten you so much, how much more will these superstitions frighten and bind down those who are ignorant? That is the Advaita position. Have mercy on others. Would to God that the whole world were Advaitists tomorrow, not only in theory, but in realization. But if that cannot be, let us do the next best thing. Let us take the ignorant by the band, lead them always step by step, just as they can go, and know that every step in all religious growth in India has been progressive. It is not from bad to good, but from good to better. Something more has to be told about the moral relation. Our boys blithely talk. Nowadays, they learn from somebody, the Lord knows from whom, that Advaita makes people immoral. Because if we are all one and all God, what need of morality will be there at all? In the first place, that is the argument of the brute, who can only be kept down by the whip. If you are such brutes, commit suicide rather than pass for human beings, who have to be kept down by the whip. If the whip is taken away, you will all be demons. You ought all to be killed if such is the case. There is no help for you. You must always be living under this whip and rod, and there is no salvation, no escape for you. In the second place, Advaita and Advaita alone explains morality. Every religion preaches that the essence of all morality is to do good to others. And why? Be unselfish. And why should I? Some God has said it. He is not for me. Some texts have declared it. Let them. That is nothing to me. Let them all tell it. And if they do, what is it to me? Each one for himself, and somebody take the hindermost. That is all the morality in the world, at least with many. What is the reason that I should be moral? You cannot, and why should I? Some God has said it. He is not for me. Some texts have declared it. Let them. And that is nothing to me. Let them all tell it. And if they do, what is it to me? Each one for himself, and somebody take the hindermost. That is all the morality in the world, at least with many. What is the reason that I should be moral? You cannot explain it except when you come to know that the truth is as given in the Gita. He who sees everyone in himself and himself in everyone, thus seeing the same God living in all, he, the sage, no more kills the self by the self. Know that through Advaita, whomsoever you hurt yourself. They are all you. Whether you know it or not, through all hands you work, through all feet you move. You are the king enjoying in the palace, you are the beggar leading that miserable existence in the street. You are in the ignorant as well as you are in the learned. You are in the man who is weak and you are in the strong. Know this and be sympathetic. And that is why we must not hurt others. That is why I do not even care whether I have to starve. Because there will be millions of mouths eating at the same time and they are all mine. Therefore, I should not care what becomes of me and mine, for the whole universe is mine. I am enjoying all the bliss at the same time. And who can kill me or the universe? Herein is morality. Here in Advaita alone is morality explained. The others teach it, but cannot give you its reason. Then, so far about explanation.